Okay. Hi, it's me back. It's me back. Oh, good Lord. That's the way it started, and I hate to see how this is going. It's me again. I'm back. Alright. I feel like I'm forgetting. That's why I'm looking around. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. So, it's been quite a week. I'm going to start off with a couple of non-stitchy things. So, if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead, I guess. I don't know. I don't care if you want to hear it or not. I'm going to say it anyway. Good news. As y'all all know, I said before that I have a house in Texas that we were trying to sell. It's been on the market for a little over a year. I have a buyer. Keeping our fingers crossed. I'm jumping through hoops trying to hurry up and get this place to sell. And I'm really hoping that my evil step-siblings don't try to do something to slow the process, or it's a mess. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just saying that there's a possibility that they could be assholes and decide just to screw everything up for me, but hoping that doesn't happen. So I've been busy doing that. There was something else I was wanting to tell you that was non-stitchy. What was it? I didn't write it down, so I don't know. It'll come to me. Alright. Let's start out with my shout-outs. I only got 3 this week. It's like, we had like tons the last few weeks, but this week we only put 3's better than none. So I have 3. I have Megan Wright, Sarah Ward, and Taryn, I'm probably butchering your name, Verlai, or I don't know. I'll link them below. And then you can watch their videos, and she'll tell you how to pronounce her name, because I sure as heck can't. Hopefully we'll have more this week. I don't know why I'm advocating people to do videos, because I like watching them, that's why. Actually, I was going through my list of people that I subscribe to, and I have a lot of people that I subscribe to that used to make videos that aren't making, they haven't made videos in like months, and it's like, okay, what happened to these people? I feel like sending them all a message. Where the hell are you? Oh, where the heck are you? I don't know. I'm sure they got more important things in their lives to do. I mean, floss tube and cross stitching isn't everything. I understand that. I know that, but still, I like my floss tube. All right, progress now. Last week was week 4 of my rotation. Yeah, because this week I start over. This week is week 1. And I worked on my pedal fairy. I wish I could be like everyone else and insert a picture of where it was last. If you want to see what it looked like the last time I worked on it, you're going to go back to my video, because I don't know how to insert pictures. And I'm too lazy to learn. But this is where I've gotten now. I finished all this part over here of her skirt. And I did all the red parts in the bodice. That's the progress I made. Isn't she coming out? I hope y'all can see her good. I'm loving it. She's pretty. I almost didn't want to put her away. In fact, yesterday I was supposed to start my whip for this week, but instead I had just a little bit of red to do, so I finished it. I worked an extra day on her. But I'm loving her. She's and I think I'm going to be finished with her in the next couple of months, which was, I figured it was going to take me a year. I don't know why I thought it was going to take me a year to finish it, because I'm crazy, that's why. But next time I pick up and work on her, I'm going to do this, all this blank part here is her arm. So I think I'm going to do this arm and her other arm, which comes up because she's, I don't know, her other hand's close to, oh, she's like this. And if y'all can duplicate the pattern off this, then, like I said last time, you got superpowers. But that's her. She's going to go take a nap now. Until next time. Now let's talk about what I'm starting today. Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me see who this is. Oh, not someone I need to talk to right away, so they can wait. Uh-oh. Okay. Today starts the Sal that... God. I can see her face. I can hear her voice. But her name escapes me. I'm sorry. If I was a good floss tuber, I would look it up, but I'm too lazy. The spring clean your oldest whips out and cross stitch finish line. You know, people's been posting what they're doing, and you know, some people are pulling whips that they started back like in the 80s or 90s and stuff like that. And looking at my oldest whip, and it's not even 6 months old yet. It's like, I feel like I don't feel inadequate because I don't have an older whip, but oh well. And I've seen this before. Oh God. Oh, and I could probably, if I sit down after I did this video, I could probably have this finished today. Because all I gotta do is some back stitching here, and then boom, I'm done. But it's like I said before, the chart on this, for the back, and anyone someone who bought this not that long ago. Again, she's a floss tuber. She's also doing the pedal fairy. Bianca. Bianca, I'm going to tell you now, when you get ready to do the back stitching, it's a pain in the ass because of the way it's charted. Don't get me started. But I will not buy anything else for my brother for his birthday. He will get this for his birthday, damn it. Come hell or high water. So, and I'm not doing anything else until that's finished. And I could probably have that finished in a day or two. And then when I do get that finished here in the next day or two, because I'm going to work on one of my 3 little words from Lizzie Kate. And I'm going to stick my hand, because they're all in here. Stick my hand in here, and I'm going to pick out which one I'm going to do. I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to pick one. Boom. And this is the one I'm going to work on. You've got this. You be bravely. 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 Good Lord. That's what I'm going to do. After I finish the back stitching in my brother's piece. Oh, excuse me. No. Let me say, it's called Let's Go Bowling. I don't even want to say that I'm renaming something. Don't get me started on that either. But yeah, this is the one I'm going to do next. I picked it randomly. Alright. Now what? Ooh. If y'all didn't sign up, then you're too late because they've already been picked, and shame on you. But, the Dragon Stitches did, the Secret Santa group, or that's not Secret Stitch, Secret Stitcher group, or whatever. And I'm part of that, and I got my person, and I've already looked through the things they put on their wish list. I already know what I'm going to buy them. I'm excited. Y'all should sign up for the next one. I think she's going to do it periodically. It's just a one-time buy. It's not like, but it's fun. Okay. Couple of things. Okay. I got a couple of tags I'm going to do, but before I do that, I got a list of things I want to talk about. Some are stitchy related, some are not. But I got to ask y'all this, because I need to know if this is just me or if it's happening to other people. You know how when you go on FlossTube and you on the side here you got, you know, recommended videos, or FlossTube, or whatever you want to call it. I'm getting some weird recommendations. One of them, the title said you had the window that had the thumbnail, and it said on there, "Secrets to a Great Orgasm" or something like that. I'm like, what the hell are you recommending for me to watch? And another one was like, "Be a sex toy tester." I was like, what the F? Are y'all getting those kind of recommendations? I don't know why I'm getting it, because I'm not looking at anything that should recommend shit like that to me. Not that I'm a prude, mind you, but still. What's up with you, YouTube? Can you imagine being a sex toy tester? If I get, I know I'm gonna get thumbs down for this, but still. I saw that and my mind went there, and I'm like, I can't imagine. Do you have to write up a report or what? I don't know. I'm trying to keep my mind from going there. I'm saying, no, stop. Sometimes they don't listen to me. Oh, I gotta say this. I haven't had the courage yet to go back and watch my last video where I showed you how I finished. I haven't. I have a feeling y'all are being super nice, because I think it was a hot mess. I don't want to go back and look. I think, and I'm trying not to call it a tutorial, because no, it's not a tutorial. It's a hot mess. But thank you for all your kind words on it. Y'all are all, said nice things, and I appreciate that. I think y'all are all humoring me, I'm sure. Like I said, I got a couple of tags, but I'm trying to make sure I get everything else out before I go into those tags. Alright, this isn't a shout out, this is just, okay, y'all know I'm the admin on Cross Stitch Finish Line. I'm the one that started that and everything, and I love the group. We have like, oh my god, so many. I should have looked. I think we're over 700 members. I was like, and it's like we're getting members. I'm approving members every day, and it's like, it really is blowing my mind. It really is. Hang on, now I'm trying to do two things at once, and that doesn't always freaking work for me. So I'm just gonna have to watch me do this for a minute, because I want to see how many people we have in our group. But I love our group. We got a great phone. We got a great group of people in there. Everyone's so positive. There's not, I don't want to jinx myself. Knock on wood, we don't have the drama in our group that other groups have. And I'm not blaming those other groups for having drama. You can't help it. I mean, and I am member, but just because I'm an admin and I started Cross Stitch Finish Line doesn't mean I'm not a member of other groups. I'm a member of Stitch Mania, and I'm a member of Cross Stitch is Fun. I don't post as much in there as I do in Cross Stitch Finish Line, but I'm still a member, and I still like seeing the people's post in there that they don't, what the hell's wrong with my phone? Oh, good Lord. Here we go. $736 members. I'm like, I love it. But anyway, to go back to the groups, I was a member of one other group, and I'm not going to mention the name of the group, but I left that group several months ago because, sometimes you can't help that there's drama in a group, but sometimes, and there's one particular group, I felt that there were certain people in there who purposely went out of their way to create drama just so that there was drama. It just seemed like I said, I'm not going to name the group or anything, but I'm like, I don't need that crap. I'm not in high school no more, so I left that group. But anyway, I want to say, and I don't want to, trying to think of how I want to word this. I know, I mean, it sounds perfect in my mind, but it always doesn't sound like that when it comes out. This past weekend, I'm just going to say this past weekend, someone felt the need to be immature and do something stupid and report someone for something that everyone else says, what the hell? And it caused a little drama and upset a friend of mine, and this particular friend of mine, and I know y'all probably don't know who I'm talking about, but I'm trying not to name names. I don't want, is a very dear friend of mine. I almost see her as, she's the same age as my oldest daughter. Yeah, I'm aging myself. But, I look at her and she could be my daughter, and I wanted to beat someone up for making my friend upset, but I know I can't always do that. But anyway, everything is okay. But I'm saying all this because I want to say, Kate, because this happened in a different group, didn't happen in Cross Stitch Finish Line. But Katie made a comment on her post that I have to say, Katie, it was very well said, and thank you. As an admin of that group, I thank you for stepping up and saying what you said. It was, my hat goes off to you. That was very well said. So, that's that. Alright. Now I'm going to go to my tags. I have 3 of them I'm going to do, so I don't know how long. Let's see. I'm only 16 minutes in, so I'm going to try not to talk too fast, because sometimes I talk too fast and I feel like I'm talking so fast. But anyway, I got 3 tags I'm going to do. And the first one I'm going to do is Kate's Pearl tag that she did this weekend. And I got to say, Kate, you got some guts asking me some of these questions, because this tag has the potential of stirring a bunch of crap. I say potential because, I mean, I think the questions are great, but I think there are people out there who would answer these questions with and I'm not thinking of anyone in particular. I'm just saying there's a possibility that some people might not have as much tact answering these questions, but I think they're great questions. And I'm going to answer them. So here we go. Question number 1. What irritates you the most about cross-stitching in general, and why? Okay. This is what irritates 2 things. I couldn't decide, so you're getting 2 things. Number 1 is the little bitty knot you get in the back of your piece that you don't realize you get until you're like 2 rows away, and you turn over and you got a little bitty knot. It's like, because it's a knot that could come out really easy if you would have caught it in the very beginning, and everything would be okay. And they irritate me. Let me see if I can find one. I know I got at least one. Oh, here, let's see if I can find one. I'll tell you. Probably not, because I usually take and I tack them down. Oh, here, right here. See? That one? No, that's not one. Alright, well, I got them here, but it's going to be hard to see because I tend to tack. Oh, right here. Here. See right here? Right here. See that little bitty knot? Those little... Oh, they irritate the heck out of me. I mean, normally when I'm stitching, I can... Another look at my... Normally when I'm stitching a pull, I can tell if it doesn't pull enough and if there's a knot in the back. I can flip it over, and it's usually one of those knots that, like it looks kind of like a slip knot or whatever. And I get it out, and I won't have a knot in my piece. But once in a moon, you get the ones that are like really short, where again you could just probably pull them in, but I don't notice it until that irritates the crap out of me. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, oh. Now I'm getting all worked up here. I gotta calm down. Hang on. Okay. Is when you're cross stitching, you have 3 or 4 more stitches to do, and you don't have enough floss to finish them. And it was the last, and it's happened. I only needed 4 more stitches, and I didn't have enough floss. I had to end my thread and get a whole nother length of thread out just to do 4 freaking stitches. That irritates the heck out of me. Just don't get me started. And I'm not drinking iced tea today. Today it's Mountain Dew, so I'm just not as Texan today as I was any other time. Anyway, that's it. What designer irritates you the most and why? Alright. My original answer to this one was going to be all the designers who make patterns I like because they make me spend money to buy their patterns that I like. You know, ha ha ha. That was going to be my answer. But after this weekend, my answer has changed. And my answer is, and I'm not going to name a designer. I'm just going to say the designer that irritated, or it's not actually a designer who can't spell someone's name right. That's all I'm saying. Right, Tracy? That irritates me. I'm not going to say any more. Tracy knows what I'm talking about. Okay. Number 3. What stitch irritates you the most and why? Okay. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say French knots or backstitch. I'm not. Ooh. Sherry Burkhart just uploaded a video. Come across my stream. So when y'all done watching me, y'all gonna watch her. Y'all probably watching her first because hers is uploaded before mine. But anyway. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say backstitching or French knots. I don't particularly care for French knots. And it's not that I don't care for them. It's just that mine are never consistent. But no, the ones that irritate me the most are the specialty stitches. What in the heck makes them so special? Seriously. I find them to be a pain in my butt. I enjoy making little bitty X's on my project, and that's what I want to do. And it's not because I don't know how to do all the specialty stitches or that I'm not good at doing them. I've done them. I've done the samplers before years ago. Gave them all to my mother or to other people. I'll never see them again because, again, well, I'm not going to go there. But anyway, I don't know. Why do they think they're so special? They're not. I just like making X's. I like the X's. They irritate me because they think they're special. Alright. Number 4. What irritates you most about non-stitchers? That they don't stitch. I mean, come on. Seriously. How can you not stitch? It's fun. And number 5. What irritates you the most about other stitches? Now this is the one because this could have the potential of, man, like World War III on Floss Tube or something, because even though you don't name names or something, if you say something, well, this irritates me about cross stitchers, people out there watch your video, and if it's something that they do, they're going to think that you're talking about them, even though that you might. This could all over the place. And I've been thinking for the last, I forget when she posted her videos. I think I don't know. Was it last week one day? But I've been thinking about this question a lot. And I'm going to say this because, and I pretty much said this in one of my other videos before, so it's really nothing new. I'm going to say what irritates me the most about certain other stitchers, because it's not all of them, just, this is a hobby. I mean, as far as I know, other than the folks who are selling like needle minders and make their own patterns and sell them, it's not a business. You're not making money on it. It's a hobby. And I guess what irritates me the most is when someone is when people take it too seriously. Seriously? It's just a hobby. Don't take it so seriously. I mean, I don't know. Or when people stop being real and their heads go, you get a big head or something. Or when people quit being themselves. Or when people start out and they're not being themselves, they're trying to emulate other people. That's why I said in my other video, just be yourself. So that's going to be my answer. And, well, no, I'm going to add to that. I think that another thing that irritates me is when no one I want to talk to. Oh shit! I just broke my pen. No worries, I just fixed it. Oh Lord, okay. When a stitcher is when I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. Is not mature. Runs off and tattletales on something that they shouldn't have tattletaled on to begin with because it was no big deal. And I'm like, give me a freaking break. I think that through Floss Tube and through all the cross-stitch groups on Facebook out there, and theirs are tons. I mean, I did a search one time, and there's more than just the few the My Cross Stitch Finish Line and Stitch Mania and Cross Stitch is Fun, which is the other two that I'm a member. There's tons of different groups out there, hundreds. And I think anyone that is on a Facebook group or watches Floss Tube. There are certain designers and certain designs that you see and boom, you automatically know who it is. Okay? So, and not only that, how many times have I showed you this? Okay? And if I post a picture on this and say, here's my brother's piece, I mean, come on. Are you going to run to Vickery Collection and tell them that, I'm claiming it as my own because I renamed it? That irritates me. That's that's being immature. I don't know who did it. I don't know who the tattletale was, and that's what I'm calling him, a tattletale. But be mature. I mean, okay. I don't want to go off because I could and just go off, and you'll see a side of me you've never seen before. But that was just, Tracy, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. That was just stupid. Oh. Okay, this has popped in my head too. It's completely non-stitchy related, but we're talking about things that irritate you. And this really irritates me. And it has nothing to do with cross stitch. You're going to laugh your ass off. Well, you may not. You just may think I'm stupid. But this irritates me so much that when it comes on TV, I have to either turn it off or change the channel for a few minutes. And it's a particular set of commercials that just I can't stand, to the point that I don't buy this company's products. Seriously, that's how much these commercials irritate me. I won't buy their products because of these commercials, because the commercials just irritate the shit out of me. And the commercials are, I can't believe I'm telling you guys this. is the Charmin toilet paper commercials where you have the bears, and they irritate me because they talk about, there's one commercial where the mother's doing laundry and she's holding up underwear. You look at those damn bears, not one of them wears underwear in any of the commercials. They're all bare ass naked. Get it? Bare ass naked. So why are you washing underwear? You don't wear them. Or where the one where the kids are all talking about, it gets you so clean you can wear your underwear 2 days in a row. You don't wear underwear. Why are you talking about wearing underwear 2 days in a row? Oh. There's no hope for me. Seriously, those commercials irritate the heck out of me. Ask my husband. He laughs at me because we don't watch a lot of TV, but when we do, if one of those commercials come on, I have to turn it until I think the commercial is done, because I'll go off on a tangent. You can ask my husband. 15 minutes one day, I just went off. I'm talking about irritating. That's irritating. That's false advertisement, because those bears do not wear underwear. If I knew how to edit, I'd probably edit all that out, but I don't, so there you go. Alright, let's get to my next tag. Quit talking about bears and underwear and the fact that they don't wear them. I hate those commercials. I hate them. If I was a video game designer, I would design a video game where you would shoot the bears that don't wear underwear. Just saying. Alright. That's it, I'm done. I'm not going to talk about bears and their underwear anymore. Hang on, I gotta calm down for a minute. Alright, let's go to the next tag. Next I'm going to do the T and Stitches rotation tag. I don't know how I missed this tag before, but this is the one I'm doing next. I probably should have done Katie's tag last because it got me so worked up. But I didn't. Okay. Number 1. Do you have a consistent rotation or does it change? I have to say, I haven't been doing a rotation very long, just since the first of the year, but I'm pretty consistent with it. It kind of changes, but then it kind of doesn't. And you'll understand more of that, because I can sit here and tell you, but what I'm going to say is going to be like the answer to some other questions. So, here's my pen. Okay. But no, it pretty much stays, so far. I've only been doing it for 2 months. So far, it's been pretty consistent. How many whips are in your rotation? Okay. Right now, this is how it's working. Right now, I have four whips, but they're not all technically in my rotation. And let me explain. I do a 4-week rotation. Week 1 and 2, I usually do a small project, something I can finish that week. Week 3 and 4, I reserve for my long-term projects that are going to take me several weeks or months or a year or whatever to finish. And I do that because I'm like half a process stitcher and half a product stitcher, which I don't know. People say I'm a progress stitcher, and I'm thinking, well, isn't part of the progress is to finish it? So I don't know. I guess you can say I'm more of a finisher. I like to finish things. That's just how I am. But anyway, this way I do the 2 weeks where I do small projects that I can finish within a week, because then I still feel I still get the sense of accomplishment of finishing a piece. Because if I did nothing but pieces that would take years or months for me to finish, I think I would get discouraged. Like, oh, God, this is taking so long. No, I got to have my finishes so that I have that sense of accomplishment and the joy of finishing something. and showing it all. It's just how I am. So far, this rotation has really worked. Now, I got 2 other whips. One being my brother's piece here, which will be finished within the next 2 days, and then I won't have that one. And I have 99 bottles. Oh, excuse me, 99, because it's not called 99 bottles. I don't want to be accused of renaming something. But the 99, I can't. I gotta say bottles. I can't say 99 without saying bottles after it. So sue me. I got 99 bottles over there that only have 3 more shelves to do, and I could probably finish that like in a week or 2 or whatever. But I'm gonna start doing those, doing that on the weekends and have it finished. And I don't need that one finished until August anyway, because it's for my brother, for my son's birthday. So I'll work it in. Usually I pick it up on the weekends. I haven't here lately, but I'll pick it up on the weekends. So that's how my rotate. So that I guess answers that question. I don't know. I feel like I'm all over the place. How do you choose your whips? Well, I kind of already answered that. I got my Heaven and Earth. This is how I choose my whips. I picked a whip that was going to take me multiple months to, a year or 18 months. And I think my Heaven and Earth design that I'm doing, I think I can have that finished in 18 months. Maybe 13. Somewhere between 13 to 18 months, I think I can have that finished. So when I was sitting at my 4-week rotation, I said, okay, I want one that's going to be a very long term. That I work on 1 week a month and get it done. So that's why I picked that Heaven and Earth design. And when I do finish that one, then the one that takes its place will be another Heaven and Earth, or another big probably Heaven and Earth, because those are the ones that I got that's going to take that long. So that was going to be in one slot. The other slot, I wanted something that was going to take more than a week to do, but wasn't going to take years. So that was my mirror bit. That's where I put the pedal fairy, my mirror, because it's going to take it's going to take several weeks to do within the rotation, But I'll have it done, and like I said, I probably have that done before the summer. It's coming along a lot quicker than I thought it was. And then like I said, the way I choose the whips for other 2 weeks, like I said before, is I pick projects that I can get done in that week, so I can have finish, because I like having finishes. I like stitching something that I like, that I can put up in my home or give to someone as a present, or just give them something. I like having finishes. I want to display what I work on. So that's why I picked 2 weeks on smaller projects that I can get done within those weeks. All right. Question number 4, how does your rotation change? Well, it really hasn't changed. It's been, for the past 2 months that I've had a rotation, it hasn't changed. I pretty much do it that way. When do you add or change whips? When I'm done with one. Like I said, when I'm done with my Heaven and Earth, I'll start another Heaven and Earth. When I'm done with my mirror, now I won't necessarily do another mirror after Pedal Fairy, but I will do another project that might take 3 or 4 weeks to do. Again, it's not a long-term project, but it's like middle ground. So I'll pick one for that. And as far as the 2 weeks where I just pick whatever. How long have you been doing a rotation? 2 months. Starting today is week 1 of my rotation. This will be my 3rd month I'll be doing it. And so far I've always been, and if you've watched my past videos, I've said this a million times, I've always been a 1 whip at a time person. So this having multiple projects and everything is all new to me. And I will be perfectly honest to say that when I did start doing this, I had a little anxiety about it, because, like I said, growing up, it was instilled in me that when you start something, you finish it. And if you start something, you don't start anything else until you finish what you've already started. That was just that it's hardwired into me. So that when I did decide to start doing a rotation, and the reason why I started doing decided to do a rotation is because I did want to do a heaven and earth designs. I did want to do mirrors and stuff like that. But I knew if I was going to do a heaven and earth design, that if I started it and if I worked only on that, then that was the only piece I was going to work on for about a year or whatever. And I wasn't going to get anything else done. And I'm like, well, I still got other things I want to finish, but then I thought, well, if I do all the little things I want to finish, I'll never get to my heaven and earth. And it was like, I knew I was going to have to do some sort of rotation. And I did have anxiety over it at first when I first started doing it. But I'm getting better. I'm not quite, and I still get a little, I got my 99 bottles over there. I haven't worked in a couple of weeks, and I have a little voice in the back of my head saying, work on me. I don't know. It doesn't sound quite like that. It's more of a, I'm sorry. The mail lady's here, and now you're going to hear Loki barking. But I'm getting better with it. I'm getting better with it. Okay. Oh, I was trying to figure out which question I was on. Question number 7. How often do you review your rotation? Well, I haven't yet because I've only been doing it for 2 months. So, and as long as it's still working for me the way it is now, I'll probably continue to do it this way. And again, my rotation is a very loose rotation. The only 2 for sure's that I'm going to do every month is my heaven and earth 1 week, and my mirror or whatever short, long term, I don't know what to call it, midterm project. It's going. Those are the only 2 constant things. The other 2 weeks, it's whatever I decide I'm going to do. How has having a rotation changed your stitching? It's changed it because I'm working on multiple projects, but yet I'm still able to get finishes because those finishes for me are important. But it's changed it to where now I can do the bigger projects. And it's not like I haven't done bigger projects in the past. Way back when I was cross-stitching in the 80s and the 90s. Up to 2000. I think it was 2000, 2001 I stopped. There were some projects I did that took me 2-3 months to do. And I only worked on that project. So it's not like I always did projects that just took me a week, small projects. I've never done a mirror before. I've never done a heaven and earth before, but I've done some small full coverage pieces that, when done, they were like 5x7 or a little bit bigger, 6x6, or small stuff like that. But that has taken me 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever. I think the longest one I did, took me 2.5, almost 3 months to do. And even then, I was like, and I can remember back when I was doing that, when it was like, I gotta hurry up and finish this so I can start, so I can do, I have to hurry up and finish. I have to hurry up and finish. And I would stress myself out for having to hurry up and finish that project because there was other ones I wanted to do, and, but I had to finish that one first. Now, when I'm doing my heaven and earth, I'm not stressing so much about having to hurry up and finish it. I know I'm going to finish it, but I also know I'm going to have other finishes. And I think that the me knowing I'm going to have other finishes kind of eases my mind about, I don't know if you understand that, but what would you change about your stitching? Nothing, I guess. Okay. That's it. Alright. I like that tag. That was a pretty good tag. Alright, now I'm going to do Adele's, not the singer, but the cross-stitcher. Tag, her for real tag. And I'm not going to do the for real in front of each question. That's Adele's thing. The stitcher, not the singer. Okay. Number 1. What level stitcher do you consider yourself to be? Alright, I'm going to do this on a scale, a 1 to 10 scale. 1 being a stitcher who has stitched for less than a year. I think if you have stitched for less than a year, you really can't consider yourself, no matter what kind of stitching you've done, you're still a newbie. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. You know, I mean, you could, you know, and there's nothing wrong with being a newbie. There really isn't. Just that's how I'm doing this. Number 1 being someone who stitched for less than a year. To a number 10, and my version of a number 10 stitcher, and I hate using her as an example, and I'm sorry if, you know, I mean, it's just that, and it's, I guess, I don't know. My version of a number 10 stitcher would be someone like Carolyn Mazzio. And I say that because she has been stitching for so many years. She has, have you seen the video where she showed all her finishes? You know, and she was like, oh, I only have this many finishes. But, you know, one of her finishes could equal like 20 of mine. I'm like, really? But she's still very modest. She does, her head's not going to, like, you know, she would be a number 10 stitcher for me, okay? Now, on that scale from 1 to 10, and you know how I would say I am a 7. That's my scale. I don't, I mean, you know, I'm a 7. Maybe a 6. 6.5. Somewhere between 6 and 7. That's where I would place myself on that scale between a newbie and someone who, and I'm not saying that Carolyn Mazzio was perfect and she knows everything and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm using her as what I would, on my scale, would be a 10. Just saying. I don't know if Carolyn Mazzio watches my videos, but if you do, Carolyn, I love your videos. You're great. You're wonderful. Okay. Number 2. How many whips and UFOs do you really have? I have no UFOs. I have no... Well, I mean, it depends on what you consider a UFO. An unfinished object. Well, my mirror is unfinished, but I don't consider it a UFO because I'm still working on it. What I consider a UFO is something that you started and you've put it away and you know you're never going to pick it up and you're never going to finish it. Or something that you started more than a year ago, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and you haven't worked on it in that many years. To me, that's a UFO. I have no UFOs. That's how I see it. I have no UFOs. Everything I do have started, which is my brother's piece, 99 bottles, my Heaven and Earth, and Pedal Fairy, which is 4. I was like, okay, 4. So I have 4 whips. After tomorrow, hopefully it'll be just 3. Really want to get my brother's piece finished. Really don't want to buy him anything for his birthday. So that's how many I really have. You know, I did have a UFO. I remember in one of my, I think it was my 2nd or 3rd video, I was showing some things I had finished that I never FFO'd, and there happened to be one in there that still needed like a little bit of back stitching. And I said, oh, I got a UFO. And I was like freaking out because I had a UFO. So I finished it. So now I have no UFOs. Okay. Are you enabled easily? That's question number 3. I'm not easily enabled, but I can be enabled. it would be nice for me to have one video where I can go from start to finish without Loki either barking or slurping up water or something. I love the dog to death, but sometimes it's just like, all right. What was enabling? Okay, I'm not very easily enabled, but I can be. It all depends. If it's like I'm trying to think of what was the last thing I was enabled to buy. Can't remember. Maybe I'm not that. I mean, I know I watch videos and I go on the Facebook groups, and if someone posts a picture or they're showing their haul or something, and there's a design that I'm like, ooh, I really like that. I will add it to my wish list. I won't necessarily buy it right then and there, but I will add it to my wish list. And then maybe later on I would buy it. So, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that, I like that, I like that. But I don't necessarily pull the trigger right away. Because now I know the other day I went on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list. And I went through and I deleted a lot of things I put on there because I look at them like, well, what the heck did I put that on my wish list? I'm not going to do that. So, which is pretty good, because if I would have pulled the trigger right away, then I would have a design here that, like I said, I put a lot of stuff on my wish list, and they can live there for a while until I get some of this stuff done, and then I can order some more. Not to say I'm not going to, I do have an order I want to place probably tomorrow or something, but that's a different story. Alright, number 4. Do you suffer from SADD, otherwise known as SAD? That's Stitcher's Attention Deficit Disorder. No, I don't. I'm probably actually quite the opposite. When I work on a piece, I'm very focused on that piece until either it's finished or until it's time for me to put it away to do something else. Now, I will say when I first started my rotation and when I first started working on Pedal Fairy for that first week, at the end of that week, it was very hard for me to put her away because I wanted to work on her. But I know that there's other... Well, actually, I did work on her for 2 weeks because I worked on her, and the next week was supposed to be for my Heaven and Earth, but I didn't have the fabric in yet, so I went ahead and said, well, I'll go ahead and work on her for an extra week. But then when I was done, but now it's a little bit easier. Now it's easier for me to put her away because I know I'm going to see her again. So no, once I start a project, I'm really kind of focused on that project. I don't get distracted easily. Have you ever finished a full coverage project? Yes, nothing like a Heaven and Earth though. They've been smaller ones, like a 5x7, or I think the biggest one I've done would be something like an 8x10 or something like that. Small full coverages, but not a huge one like a Heaven and Earth. I have. I've shown one in one of my very first videos, where I was showing ones I finished. It's the what's it called? End of the Trail, I think it's called. The Indian on the horse, where he's like, and it's a sunset behind him. That's it's a small one, but it's still full coverage. So yeah, I have. It's just been small ones. Do you enjoy confetti? Okay. First of all, and I'm pretty sure he watches me because I think he's commented on my channel. Turbo Knitter. I love him. His videos are great. And if you've watched the one he put on a day or two ago, he was talking about he was talking about the confetti, and instead of saying confetti, he kept saying graffiti. He said it like 3 or 4 times, and the funny thing is, as I was watching his video and he kept saying graffiti, and I didn't get that he was saying graffiti. I mean, I understood what he was saying. It wasn't until he said it like the 3rd or 4th time, I was like, oh wait, he's meaning confetti, but he's saying graffiti. I'm not making fun of you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, because I'm sure you're laughing about it. But do I enjoy confetti? It's okay. I mean, I don't... It's it's just cross stitch. I mean, whether it's confetti or a block, I mean, it's still X's. I know that on my Heaven and Earth design, the I was doing it in, I guess, I don't know. I really don't, when I'm cross stitching, I really don't think about whether, I just like cross stitching it. I don't think about whether it's confetti or whether it's, you know, full blocks or whatever. To me it's still all the same. Now sometimes I enjoy doing blocks of color because then I don't have to think as much. But as far as whether or not I enjoy confetti, I could take it or leave it. It doesn't bother me. It's cross stitching. I enjoy cross stitching, so I guess yes, I enjoy it because it's cross stitching. I enjoy cross stitching. How many finishes do you have so far this year? I think 5. I mean, I'm going to look on my cross stitch app. Whoops, where's it at? Because yeah, cross stitch app. Just double check. Yes, I have 5 finishes so far this year. I have finished 1 of the 3 little words. I've finished 2 of the Santa villages for that sale, and I finished 2 of the Snowmen of the Month, which equals 5. And as soon as I get my brother's piece done, that'll be 6. Are you bothered by your answer to the last question? Would you rather have more or less finishes? I guess I'm not bothered by it. I think 5 finishes so far this year is good. I mean, you know, I don't think I would be I don't think I would be any more happy or less happy if I had more or less. I'm just happy to have finishes. Do I have any dirty little secrets? Yes, but they're not about cross stitches, and I'm not telling you. As far as cross stitch dirty little secrets, no, I can't think of any. And show your messiest back. Dang it. Should I get up and walk over there and get it and let y'all stare at my hutch and listen to me? I wasn't prepared. Alright. I will show you the back of my brother's piece because it is quite messy. And see that? And see, I do carry threads. I don't care. Actually, I carry threads like that, and then I tack them down. You know, like I've tacked this one down here and tacked it down here so I can actually cut this away. That's how I do it. I do it the lazy way. But as you can see, it's quite messy, and I'm not one of those people who stress over whether or not my back is messy or neat or not. I don't care. When it's all said and done, it's going to be framed or however I finish it. No one's going to see the back, so who cares? So that's that. Oh my God, this is almost an hour long already. Wow. Someone had said, oh, that's something I want to talk about. Yeah. Someone had made a comment on one of my videos, one of my other videos, about how they're not long enough. Well, guess what? This one's going to be a long one. Because I'm not done yet. Alright. Hang on. Oops. No. Wrong one. I know. I should have been better prepared, but oh well. Where's it at? There we go. I want to... Oh man, Sherry's video is only 37 minutes long. What the hell? We want another 4-hour video, Sherry. Looking for something. Hang on. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this, and I want y'all to know now that... Whoops. Okay, sorry. I want to say this before I do this. I am not opposed to answering questions if you have a legitimate question to ask me. And when I say legitimate question, if you have a question about something I did on my pedal fairy, or if you have a question about something I did on my brother's piece, or you have a question about a design, a chart that I showed that I'm going to do, or about how I finish something, by all means, you can ask. I'm not saying don't ask me questions. But I am not going to start doing a Q&A, I don't want people to ask me questions just to see me answer your questions on my video. If you have a legit question, I will answer it. If it's a question that I can answer by typing it, I'll do that. If it's a question that I have to type too many words because I'm lazy that way, then I'll answer it here. But I don't want people to start bombarding me with questions saying, oh, because I'm doing a Q&A. I'm not doing a Q&A segment on my videos. I'm just happen to be answering someone's question. And that's that. I mean, like I said, I don't want you I'm not going to sit here and say, please ask me questions. I'm not going to do that. But if you have a legitimate question about something I showed or said in my video, by all means, ask it. But, okay. Anyway, I say that because there is a question here someone asked in one of my videos, and it was just too much for me to type out, and I said, well, I'll just answer it on my next video. But I don't want this to turn into a Q&A. I don't want to start. I think y'all know what I'm saying. All right, but Kathy Morrison asked me. She was asking me about my Thread of the Month club. She wanted to know if I get 20 different threads of cotton. With it being Stitching Bits and Bobs, do you get it about the same time every month? I believe you are getting a variegated thread. Could you tell me if the variegation is mild? Thanks. I love your videos. Sorry, so many questions. I mean, I don't want people to say, oh, we can't ask Joe questions. I'm just saying, and hers is a legit question because I talked about it and she had questions about it, and I'm looking for the floss now. And that's fine. I don't mind answering it. Nope, wrong box. And I talked about how I was going to start storing my thread, my floss. This is it. I haven't set that up yet. I haven't been out in a car driving or anything because my vertigo's been acting up here lately. I had one whole week it was like, and then, and I've had days here and there. And driving or riding in a car makes it worse. So I've been trying not to do that. Okay, so she's asking about my threads in the month. I get this through Stitching Bits and Bobs. And Kate had asked a question about where I got it too. I had answered her because it was less typing, so I had answered her, but I get this through Stitching Bits and Bobs. Now, it's Carrie's Creations. And I do know she has a website. I haven't been to her website because I just get these through Stitching Bits and Bobs. And it's one a month. It comes once a month. And yes, it does come about the same time every month. I know that I'm not the only one. I know other people have had issues about how long it takes for Stitching Bits and Bobs to get your orders out to you. But I do have to say with this, the floss thing that I'm doing, they're pretty consistent. I get it pretty much the same time every month, which I like. And excuse me. And I get a set of cottons, and I get a set of her silks. Now the cottons I get 20 skeins, and it's $20. They're $1 a piece. So I pay $20 and I get 20 skeins. Now, and I've used some of the ones. I have been using them, and I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them for this too. Some of them. I'm getting examples here for you. Okay. Some of them are pretty variegated. You can tell this is pretty variegated. And I'm going to tell you right now, when these come in, I don't do a one-by-one thing because And if you're one who does do it, that's fine. I don't do it because I don't want someone to see this, and because I know that it doesn't look true to life. I know it doesn't. What you see on the screen isn't what, it's, and I don't want someone to say, "Ooh, I like that, I'm going to order it," and then they get it and say, "Well, this doesn't look like the way it did in Joe's video." I'm just, not only that, but I don't know. That's just how I am. And the only reason why I'm showing you now is to show you that, yes, there is, you can tell that this is pretty variegated. Same thing with, I should have prepared better, but oh well. And then see, then you got some that are like, see, this is, I call this Christmas colors because it's got green, red, and white. So you do get some that are very, very variegated. Then you get some, this is a dark green. It's a little variegated, but not very much. And these are the ones I tend to like, because let me talk about variegation for a minute before I go into the rest of to this. Don't worry, I'll get your question answered, but I have come to learn I don't particularly care for heavy variegated floss. And let me tell you why. I don't like making my X's one at a time. I like going and then coming back and going. And yes, when I do it, it sounds like so. And having to do, because when you do a variegation like this, you can't do that. You have to do one, and I just, that irritates me. I should have put that in. Anyway. So, but if it's just a little bit variegated, you can do the and then come back and go. So these are the ones I tend to like. And I don't know, like I said, I haven't gone to her website. I don't know if she uses DMC floss and, white floss and just dyes it, or if she uses different, but I like the floss. It's nice. It stitches up well. I like it. So I get that. And then she has, hang on. And like I said, it's $20 for 20 skeins. Hang on. Oh, wait. Then for her silks, I'm making a hot mess here. This is a hot mess. For her silks, they are $2 a skein. And just so, because I'm sure someone will ask this, there's 8 yards per skein. Now, her silks, I love her silks. And I haven't stitched with them, but I think and actually, you know what I'm going to do? All this, I'm going to do in her silks instead of cottons. But I love her silks because they are so soft. And, good Lord. Who is it now? Someone I don't want to talk to. They're sales calls. I must have gotten on some sort of list because I've been getting all sorts of freaking sales calls. Anyway. I like them because they are not like the DMC silks or rayon, because those aren't true. Those are a bitch. And I do know that there are some other dyers out there that use that and dye it and sell it as their silks, which is fine. And if you use it and it works for you, fine. I don't particularly like it because to me it's a pain. Number one, it's not a real silk. This feels like a real silk. I don't know. I know it's not DMC. I can tell you that right now. I know that whatever she used to dye this, it is not DMC where she just bought DMC and dyed it. It is not. But, and it has a rose on it. These are, like I said, $2 a skein. I pay $20 and I get 10 skeins, 10 flosses a month. And these are the same thing. Some of them are very variegated, and then some of them are slightly variegated. So, now I've only gotten these through the floss of the month. I haven't actually gone on and made an order to reorder any of these because I haven't needed to. But I will say this. Um, the cotton so far I love stitching with. They stitch up really well. I anticipate the silks are going to be just as, and I will find out because, like I said, I'm going to do. Now I lost my train of thought because Loki barked. What was that? Oh yeah. But if I had to order some more, if I wanted, if I had decided, if I pulled a project and said, oh, I think I'm going to do these in silks, and I went online to look for silks, I would go here first before I went to any other silks. They're not that expensive because I've seen some silks out there that are like $6, $7, $8 a skein, and well, yeah, they're very fine and they're very beautiful, but you know, again, this is just a freaking hobby. It's not like I'm making money off this or anything, and you know, I mean, granted, we're not poor. I mean, me and my husband do pretty well, but still, I just can't see myself. I don't know. So that's that. I hope I answered your question. Like I said, I couldn't type all that. That's just too much typing. All right, well, that's it for now. Until next time, I'm going to hurry up and get off here because now I got to go to the bathroom. It's been an hour. Bye, everyone.